Okay. We're back for another episode. Man, this is great because I'm really grateful for the Zoom interviews as well because they're pretty fire. And to be quite honest with you, they're pretty easy to edit. So I ain't never got no problem doing no Zoom interview. So it's all good.
Much appreciated.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But it's another episode of the Protect Yours podcast. I forget what number this is, but we're just gonna keep going up, keep grinding. Keep pushing, and then just see what we get. I'm gonna have my guest introduce himself. We just gonna get into the interview after that. So go ahead, my brother.
Sounds like a plan, man. I go by T. Mitchie. Uh, I'm an artist, fashion designer, originally from Inglewood, California. I moved out to Seattle a year ago with my wife, and it's the best damn decision I ever made.
I hear you. How you feel about Seattle though? How you like overall, just Washington in general?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I gotta take the hat off for this one. To be totally honest with you, man, I feel like the people who are born here, the majority, just of what I've seen from being here a year, they don't take advantage of what the state has to offer, let alone Seattle. Um, Coming from where I come from, man, everybody is a follower. Everybody following each other. Everybody doing the same shit.
Yeah,
Washington as a whole, everybody is on their own shit. Like they believe in themselves. So it's like on some, they don't give a fuck who ain't fucking with them. They still do what they do. And I think for me, that just speaks volumes and I love it. Like
yeah.
overall, I love Seattle. It's beautiful.
hmm
It's the rain every day beautiful. It's just the people, man. The
Yeah.
people overall is beautiful, man. Just beautiful.
No, I feel that, man. To be quite honest with you, man, like I have a very strong opinion about Washington and Seattle, because I definitely see how there's a lot of things to take advantage of, and I understand how there's a lot of things that Washington itself can, expand on. So that's why I personally wanted to get my own little platform started because I understand just overall like this right here is something that is just not anywhere else in the country. To be real, like there's a lot of opportunities, out here in the country, but like
Right.
every state has its own,
Right.
particular ones, and for one to be in a
Yeah.
state that's so free, and pretty much just like built on a whole bunch of freedom. Let's be real. I want to take full advantage and just build my business and expand and travel around the world off of this right here. You know, but
I love it. I
yeah,
love it, and it's major respect to you. It's we all know a lot of people that start shit and they don't finish it, but you doing it, man. So just hats off to you. Hats off to you.
man, I really appreciate that because for like I said it multiple times before. Like I had very strong feelings about doing this, and I never really got the chance to actually complete it. And that I actually had the opportunity to go ahead and do something that I wanted to do, I actually stepped on it. I pressed the acceleration. It was just like, you know what, let me get this going because for a while I wasn't confident in, me doing it. I wasn't very too happy. I wasn't too happy with like allowing people to judge me and put myself out there. But, like truthfully, that helped me and it's building me up and it's making me realize like a lot of things about myself, so I'm just grateful for that, grateful for those lessons.
Respect,
No,
respect, man.
most
Respect,
definitely. I appreciate that.
respect.
I definitely want to talk about how we actually like met up, or how we, how this relationship even got started pretty much because like I I know you from my homie Isaac, and my homie Isaac, he reappeared in my life after a certain amount of time, and he helped me get like in tune with a lot of shit that I totally just wasn't even thinking about, and I felt like he came in my life, back in my life at the perfect time to allow me to, actually realize what the fuck I'm on, So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how we, just even how, because I don't know everything that he said to you. I don't know how he, I just know that you know, referred you to me pretty much and was just like, yeah, just tap in with bro.
Nah, that's something I've always definitely want to speak on from the jump, from when I first, hit you up. With the thing with Isaac, as I explained to him from the jump, I'm a very honest, funny acting individual. I'm very honest about how I am as a person and how I am with dealing with people. You can call me the most antisocial guy who fucks with everybody, if that makes
Yeah, yeah.
sense. Uh, neither here or there. We was at work, and I remember the first day I started at the job, I always peep shit out. I see how I'm gonna deal with certain individuals. I see how I'm gonna approach certain individuals. Isaac stood out like a candlelight. And
Yeah.
when God do certain things in my life, I don't question it, because growing up, I had a hard time doing that shit. I always been hit my head on the same shit. So when he put Isaac in my path, I'm like, okay, it's for a reason. And just off simple conversation for 15 minutes, I knew that he had a vision. I knew that he had some battles like we all do that he was juggling. And I felt like at that moment I could help him. I can help him, help me, help us.
Yeah.
And from day one at the job to now, and I think I've been at the job now 2 months, and that's family. He family to me.
Yeah.
And it's rare. It's rare when you can build a relationship with an individual, especially with the times that we're in right now, and you're able to have conversation about life, like real life, not about the typical, not about social media, not about the bitches, not about the sin.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, and being the age that he is, because I'm 27. I'm 27, and just seeing where his mindset is at for his age, I think God is going to continue to keep on blessing him. And I remember he would always mention you. He would always mention you, man. He would always say, man, I got this friend, I got this buddy of mine, man. He a real positive dude. I think you would like him because I see what you on, and I see the foundation that he's starting. And I think that y'all two will be a lovely kickoff. From me just knowing Isaac Holdrift and things of that sort, when he mentioned you, I knew it was no question. It was a no-brainer. And just the more things that he would tell me, about you and things of that sort. I remember before I can even ask for your podcast name, you pulled it up and sent it to me like, "Hey, brother, check this out. I want you to check this out." And I did the same day I checked it out was the same day I hit you up. And I didn't question it. I see what you on, so it's something that I wanted to be a part of, because this is beautiful, man. I look at it as a deeper whole. Like, it's too much shit going on right now, and our problem is, as a black hole, one of our problems is we don't understand it's enough sun to shine on everybody. So whenever I'm able to get somebody that's on that same vision, just thumbs up. I don't question it. We work in network. I don't give a fuck if you's a painter. I'm gonna fuck with you because I see what you want.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate that, because like I try to stay humble with the situations, and I try to stay humble with like what I'm actually trying to do here, because I know I'm not sitting here claiming to be no perfect dude. I'm not sitting here claiming to be a person with all the answers or anything, but I'm just sitting back, realizing my blessings and just trying to build on that, because there's a lot of stuff that I've done in my past that made me realize the type of man that I want to be moving forward in my life, so that's pretty much why I'm trying to do this, and just reach out, because like I would always be that shelter, like, I always have my bubble. And like, and I don't mean bubble as far as like friends, like, cause I was an only child, I had my bubble, you feel me? Like I went to school, and if I was playing if it was basketball season, went to basketball practice, went home, and I was just there. And like, that allowed me to just create the consciousness to just be like, all right, this is what I need, this is what I don't need, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, and to get there, there's pros to that and there's cons to that as well. And that's what I'm learning through as I get older, you know, but overall I'm
Definitely.
just trying to like build on like the, like you said, the foundation of what I'm really doing right now, you know, and I'm just trying to create a positive platform because it will help me stay positive, help me stay in the right mindset as well, you know. And as far as Isaac, man, like Isaac's my dog because like I said, the gap in time that we didn't speak to each other, it wasn't like we fell off or anything. It was just like we, you know, life, you know. So
Right, right.
and then like to come back and to speak to him again, he's just like, bro, like this is dope, you know. Like I really appreciate you. Like this is the first time us linking up, you know, the first second time. And he's just like, man, this is dope. This is what I've been missing, bro. Like, and I'm sitting here thinking like, bro, what am I doing? You know, I'm just being me. I'm talking to dude, you know, and
Right,
and I
right.
appreciate this too. But you know, like he's really like, oh, like man, like bro, like this is great, you know. And then like it took me like maybe to the second or third time to realize like, yeah, bro, I need Isaac in my life because Isaac's like a real solid dude, and like when it comes to like trying to be real and surround yourself with the right people, he's definitely one of those people, you know. And I always got nothing but love for him because
Oh yeah.
he helped me
Oh yeah.
like realize a lot about like not only myself and like what I need to do to grow, but like I'm slowly just getting closer and closer to God and just realizing like there's a lot of stuff that I've been avoiding, you know, that I needed in order to be the type of person I'm like naturally trying to be, you know. So like it aligns, you know, and I'm just so grateful, and like I'm just so happy that he's cool with me. I'm happy that you know that he's so chill with me and stuff. So we could just he's always invited, always kicking it, you know, every time he can, bro. I just wish I didn't live so far from dude.
Nah, that's beautiful, man. And just to tap in more, elaborate more on what you said about just, you know, with him helping you find that religion. I like to use the word religion because again, I'm big on this with the world that we in right now. People label that as like gangbang. They like, oh, you got to be a Christian, or you got to be Baptist, or you got to be Methodist, and it's like, nah, man, it's whatever God that you believe in,
Precisely.
whatever higher power that you believe in, whatever universe that you believe in, because at the end of the day, we all pray to somebody. They just got different titles, you know. So for you to just, you know, man, it's mad respect to you, man. I man, I don't want to go off track, but it's beautiful, and I just wish that other men was able to know that it's okay to have a higher power to pray to talk to, vent to. It's normal, you know.
Yeah.
It's something that we need, you know. But that's mad respect to you, man. Mad respect, mad
No,
respect.
I definitely appreciate that because like man, this wasn't nothing that happened overnight. You know, it wasn't nothing that I was just like sitting here like, oh yeah, boom, I need some
Right,
God. Like nah, it wasn't
right.
even like that. It was a progressive situation. I just thought about it like, damn, like there's just so many things that I just was thinking about just I was trying to strive for that, you know, that provided the answer for me and it just helped me out, you know, as far as just realizing myself and what I need, you know, because like one thing, like I said, one of the things I was avoiding is just the fact that like since I was the only child, I noticed that how, you know, dependent, you know, I was on like certain things, you know, and like when I realized that I sat back and looked at myself in the mirror and like I was just like, man, the end of the day, a lot of things that you're dependent on don't really care or don't really need you like you were needing them, you know. And if and that right there was enough for me to realize that I need to sit back and like get my mental together and get myself together because like my heart's in the right place, my heart and mind is in the right place, but like a lot of the shit that my energy was getting putting into just wasn't lining up correctly, you know. And that's just one little situation that helped me out a lot because like yeah, there's just a lot of stuff going on in my mind that I never really felt like I could speak to people about because I didn't want to, you know, have judgment or anything like that.
Oh man.
But now I'm at the point where it's just like, dog, like in order for growth, you know, you got to be uncomfortable. You know, like I've been in comfortable situations. I'm in an uncomfortable situation, and I'm just trying to grow and build. You know, and just be the best I can be. You know, so I could move on past whatever I need to do. But in all
That's
honesty, you
great.
said that you were a designer as well. You know, so like something that I tried to do with this Protect Yours pod when I first started out is I tried to make my own little clothing, you know, line or whatever, because I have like a vision. I have a complete vision for this whole thing. It's not just a podcast. This is just the most accessible way for me to get this business, you know, started. So
The foot in the door. Get that foot in the door.
exactly, just doing what I can, you know. So with that being said, like I first started trying to do like the designing and like making logos and stuff like that and putting them on shirts and stuff like that and then I started then I when I was able to afford the cameras and stuff, I got the cameras and then I just started making little designs for the Protect Yours in particular, you know. So um I just have to ask you, like, what is it that you design? Like, what is, because I seen like you had like a H, like there's like you had like a what's it called, a acronym on your Instagram page. Like, what does that stand for? Like, what do you design? Like, what is that behind?
Yeah, man. That's a thank you for asking. I have a so it originally it's HSR now. It stands for Hit Squad Records, but at the beginning, it wasn't always HSR. It was HSM. It started off as Hit Squad Mafia. It was something me and four of my brothers decided to do because it was so we in 2020. It was 2013. It was 2013. I graduated high school 2011. Gang banging and stuff like that. So yeah, 2013 came around. We all decided, hey man, this shit is watered down. It just ain't it. We need some bread. Like we need to do something. We
Yeah.
was very popular around the city, not for good things, but neither here or there we were popular. So we like, you know what? Let's start up our own little clique. Let's start a clique up and let's get some money. You feel what I'm saying? Let's fuck all that staying in the hood bullshit. So we started the clique. And at that time, man, we didn't put no thought into it. There was no thought, no idea, no thought process. It was just more of a, hey, we finna make a click. We already popular.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do what it do.
Mm-hmm.
That next year, I lost one of my brothers who we created the group with. And 6 months after that, my other brothers ended up going to prison and they currently doing life. So what that taught me and showed me was this ain't it. You get what I'm saying? This was totally wrong. We failed. I went and got it tattooed on me. I
Yeah.
just wild and not thinking, man. So 2014, that same year I lost my brothers to death in prison. I was in jail. And this was like my third time in jail, man. Just living wrong overall. And this time that I was in jail, I was fighting. This was my most serious case. This was I was fighting for my life. I was fighting for my life,
Yeah.
and I ended up doing a year in there because I was fighting for a year. Through the grace of God, I was able to see sunlight again. But neither here or there. While in jail for that year, I didn't have support. My mom was busting her ass, but because I'm in jail, stress happens, life happens. So it's like it fucked her up. She ended up getting fired. So I had no money on my books at all. So I used to freestyle. I remember every time I would come back to my bunk from court, I would freestyle how I felt about how that court session went. And it didn't start making sense to me until I had lifers, motherfuckers who I'm in there. I'm in there with motherfuckers who my father aged, killers, three
Yeah. Yeah.
strikers, different races, all that shit. They coming up to me, hey, freestyle for us, man. Hey, I got $10, 10 soups. I got 10 soups for you right now. You freestyle. And it stuck with me because it's like, whoa, like, what, hold on. Maybe I got a gift, maybe I don't, but it's making me money.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I bring jail up and all of that shit is because throughout that whole process, it taught me, and it told me that I wanted to pick up what we didn't finish correctly, but I wanted to edit it a little bit. Instead of the Hit a Squad Mafia, I want to change it to Hit a Squad Records because I want the message to be different. I don't want it to, you hear Mafia, you hear violence. Yeah. You hear records, you hear positivity.
Yeah.
So I had it in my mind, and I said, you know what? When I get out, I want to start this shit up. I want to start it up. Ended up getting out. I didn't start it up. I got out in 2015. So take me from 2015 to 2018. I sit down, go through a whole lot of life shit. I'm fast forwarding a lot of shit. We can get back to it at a good time, but neither here or there. It's 2018. I'm with my wife. She said, babe, you know what? You always cutting up shirts and doing shit like that. You might as well just start making shit. Mm-hmm. And I said, shit. All right, well, you know what? I always did consider myself a bougie motherfucker. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me try to do something. And if I like it, obviously I'm gonna wear it and I'm gonna just go from there. Man, I took my ass to the swap meet, picked up like two $5 Pro Club white shirts. Went to the swap meet, went got the motherfuckers edited, put it just being simple and plain, man. The responses that I got and the love that I got, it showed me like, damn, like I just threw these motherfuckers on some swap meet shit. Like I went and got some sweats, the little cheap sweatshirt, went and swiped it on there. I never sold no product though. I always made shit for myself because I never believed in myself that I could make some shit that people would support because of the material, because of being pro club, just shit that I'm over questioning. So it took me last year, man. It took me 2019. And I just sat myself down because 2019 was probably the worst year for me, but the best learning year ever for me. And I sat myself down and I said, you know what, I need options because I'm tired of working for people. I don't have that help from my family. I ain't got a secure bed to lay my head. I need to do something. All the money that I had, man, I went and scratched some shit. Went and bought like 30 shirts. Just shirts. It was shirts at that moment. I went and hustled up this cricket design shit. I went on Amazon and bought it. I made my first shirt, and it was gone from. It's just been history from there. So I've been doing it now seriously for a year, still without selling product because it's just been more of a learning thing for me still. But just with the amount of love that I've gotten and things of that sort, I put the money behind it, trademarked the names, and I got some shit coming out. I got some clothes coming out early 2021. HSR started off as a gang, but I transformed it into a positivity label. The people that I have with the label is artists, singers, models, photographers. I want people to know Hit a Squad means we hitting for the top. We hitting for the money. I'm hitting for the success for my family so I can put my family and my friends on so he can put his family and friends on. And then from there, we just go. HSR is the family you've never had before. I'm the most misunderstood individual. So I want people to know it's love here with me. And I'm going to always remind everybody that's with my team of that. It's more of a happy place for people. You know, we smart though. I had to do a lot of trimming and shit of that sort. But we got some shit coming, man. Hit a Squad Records is something big that I got in mind, and I plan on the whole world knowing it pretty soon. Yeah.
No, that's what's up, man. No, for real, that's what's up because you changed the whole image. I fuck with that. I really do.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Because there's a lot of things.
Much appreciated.
Like just sitting back, man. There's like so many messages within that little story, you know, that you just said and mentioned, bro. Because it's like just a lot of stuff going on in the world, as you mentioned before. So it's good that you can take the negative and make it into a positive, and not only make it into a positive, but be inclusive at the same time. Bring people in, show love, and tell them that, yo, you can be involved as well. And that's really all it's about. And That's great to hear. You know, great to hear somebody else doing something like that, man.
I think for me, it probably was the most painful experience that I ever had to go through, because from as a kid, man, from a little boy,
Mm-hmm.
shit, even to now, man, I've always started shit, but I never finished it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about, man, I'll start a million gazillion things and I just never finish it. So with this HSR shit, what made me just fall in love with it is the challenge that I take every day towards it. Putting my all in. I'm in love with it.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get in love with it, because if I'm not in love with it, I'm doing it for nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it for the popularity. I'm not doing it for the likes on social media. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
doing it for what others are doing it for. This is something that I'm doing for me first. And that's something that I had to realize, because I've always tried to do shit for other people. I've
See,
always tried to break myself,
mm-hmm.
break my back. And with this HSR shit, this is something that I can say I'm committed 100% with, and I'm happy with, and I'm happy and comfortable with the people that left. I'm happy and comfortable with the people that don't support. I'm happy
Yeah.
and comfortable with the people who didn't support 3 months ago, but now they support. I'm
Yeah.
grateful for it, because it teaches me to stay humble first of all,
Mm-hmm.
and don't react with emotion, because your face will say something before your tongue say it. So
Uh-huh.
it's a strong process, day-to-day process that it's hard, but I trust the process.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I can definitely relate because I straight up have homies tell me that, oh, once I get big enough or whatever, they'll hop on the podcast and shit. And that just made me, that told me straight up, like, just added them to the list. I got a little mental list already, man, of all the people that I'm good, you know, like, because truthfully, I have people just tell me, like, yeah, like you know, once you do this, I'll be there. Like, nah, bro, like when we were sitting there kicking it, you know, I wasn't kicking it just to be kicking it. I was kicking it because I supported you, you know, but like, to hear that
Come on
from
now.
somebody, you know, very close, it kind of hurts, you know, just a little bit because it just not even just a little bit, a lot, because it shows you that they're like, where you really
Yes,
at,
that
man?
shit hurt. It
It
hurt.
hurts. Like where like if I gotta question that shit, man, like I don't even want to, like that makes me push everything away, you know. So I'm good,
Bingo.
you know. So it just I don't know. It's just people are different in the ways that they show love, but like in my opinion, I feel like it's not hard to do it, if that makes sense, you know? Like it's not hard to show love, it's not hard to be supportive,
It
it's
do.
not hard to
It
do,
perfect sense.
but like people just have a weird way, they have their own individual weird way of doing it, you know? So like it's just it but like if it gets too questionable and too shaky for me, that's when it's like, yeah, I already know where I stand, you know, and it makes a lot of sense. It, but for to me, man,
See,
like
no, it's the I would like to I would like to elaborate on that, because it's we with those people, and what I've been learning lately,
yeah,
I used to leave those people still be able to see certain things that I do,
yeah,
certain
yeah,
visions that I see.
yeah, yeah.
Now I gotta cut you off completely, because I don't even trust your eyes.
Yeah, no, straight up, man, straight up. And it's funny because like I just recently made a post that was saying something like niggas will watch your story but still hate on you type shit, you know. And you know, like to me, it ain't no point to be watching nothing I got going on if you ain't supporting what I got, you know. Because like I'm just a genuine individual when it
At
comes to
all.
things like that, you know. Like I'm not perfect by any means, by any stretch of the imagination, but you know, I really try my best to show love and be, you know, as genuine as possible, you know. So that's why I just kind of sit back and like peep shit like that because like that's I guess that's one of the benefits of being the only child being out here because like I do have three sisters, you know, because I'm from California and everything, you know, but being out here on my mom's side though, like it really allowed me to really peep game with a lot of shit going on around me, you know, and part of my downfall is me over loving, overdoing things, over playing my role, you know, and doing shit like that, and it really fucks me up in the long run because I get to start questioning shit, and I get to start being like, oh, what is this? What is that? You know, and then like in result, sometimes I make decisions that hurt me, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I make decisions that help me, but like at the end of the day, like I know it's not for just out of the blue, out the cut, you know, and that's what I be trying to work on myself, you know, making the right decisions after realizing the right shit that I know is true, that I know is right, you know. So because you be sitting there like in the past, I'll be sitting there paying attention to shit. I'll be paying attention. I'll be knowing. I'll be like, oh, that shit ain't right. That shit ain't right. What am I doing? This shit is not cool. But then I'll still be like, hey, what's good, bro? How you doing? But that is personally what I gotta stop within myself, because at the end of the day, I'm just hurting myself. And I'm just hurting myself, and I'm just
Yeah.
not even doing anything to help the friendship, help me, help them. Like, it just might as well just be like, yeah, I'm good. You stay blessed. I'm gonna just do what I gotta do to work on over here, you know? It's just amazing.
Nah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. A big thing that you pointed out, as you just said, you said overwork it and over love it and things of that sort. That's a big part of why I started doing music. Is
Mm,
is that feeling right there?
mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I hear that. I hear that. Now let's talk about your music though, because we talked about designing, we talked about homie Isaac. Let's go ahead and talk about your music. Like you said that, you know, over loving and those feelings that we just mentioned, like is the main reason of getting into it. Like, but was there a particular situation that got you just making like it was just your wits end? You were just like done. Like, yeah, let me get in the studio. Let me figure something out.
Ah man, I can remember it like the back of my head, man. So as I mentioned, when I hit jail, I was freestyling and things of that sort. But as a kid, it's always been in me, man. I remember my freshman year of high school, Inglewood. Went to Inglewood. Shout out to the city. Um, my cousin lived across the street from the high school. So my mom would drop me off an hour before school started, and we would go on YouTube and just go to instrumentals. And at this time, I remember Wayne had just dropped the dedication,
Oh
and
yeah.
he had dropped Cannon, the remix, not the regular. He had dropped the remix Cannon. So I remember that beat. I used to always be like, "Hey man, I love that beat. Like I don't give a fuck if I fuck up on it. Like I just wanna." It's something about that beat, man.
Hmm.
Uh, Again, freshman year, he put that beat on, and I just started freestyling, just whoop the wop 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 wop. So it became a habit. All the freshman year, my cousin would tell more of our mutual friends, and they'll cut to the school or after school, they'll be like, "Hey, Ted, we heard you be freestyle," and
Hmm.
I would freestyle, but I would never take it serious. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
always one of them people. I knew God gave me something. So I wouldn't like to say I was a show off, but if I knew I can do it, I would do it. So, I would do like the little fast flow, all that shit, but neither here or there. What made me really want to go to the studio and be like, hey man, I'm trying to put some money down and hop in the booth. I was living in West LA with my mom, and it was 2014. And we got into a huge argument, nasty argument. And I remember my cousin and the homie said, hey man, we finna go to the studio, man. Just come to the studio, Tay. Like, bring your black and mouse, nigga, bring your pen and pad. Just, you don't even need your pen and pad. You always freestyle, just come to the studio. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna come, because me and mom's like, this is a bad argument. I wanna get out the house. We went to the studio. I had this song. It was called Crazy. That was the name of my first song. It was called Crazy. And I recently took it off SoundCloud. But neither here nor there. I freestyled the whole song.
Mm.
I freestyled the whole song in one rip. And just the reactions from the homie and from my cousin, it was just like on some, but it wasn't like the typical, it wasn't forced. It wasn't like because they your homie or your cousin, they like, hey, this shit tight. No, it was like one of them, oh shit. Like, nigga, you just freestyled that? Like, we've been here writing for an hour and things of that sort, and you just went through in one rip.
Yeah.
Um, I
That's
never
what's up.
stopped. I never stopped. And this past year is when I've really put money behind myself. I haven't as I said, I started taking music serious in 2014, but I didn't start putting money behind myself until last year, man. Last year is the year that I went on all streaming services, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, everything. Because I just, I believe it was like a green light that went off in my head that said, hey, you can do it. You can do this shit. And I remember working back at my job in California, and there's this popular radio station called Power 106.
Mm-hmm.
And DJ Felly Fell came in that motherfucker, and I was like, oh shit, hey, this Felly Fell. Introduced myself, let him know. I'm like, hey man, you feel me? I was one of them thirsty niggas. I'm like, hey, look, man, I do music, bro. You feel me? All that, you feel me? The nigga gave me his card, follow me on Instagram,
Yeah.
all that shit, and still follow me on Instagram to this day. But that's what let me know, oh shit, I could do something. What made me believe in myself and put money behind myself is and I can say this with a calm and smart face. I feel like I have music that can help people. My music is nowhere near similar to my age group or what we consider hip hop now. I don't even consider myself a rapper because the rap that I grew up on was actually rap. This shit ain't rap. So I like to consider myself an artist. And I'm in love with the music. I'm in love with the process. I'm in love with knowing my songs can do something for people. It can open up some shit. It's not your typical, hey, he a blood, so we're gonna expect that blood type. Nah, if you're looking for that, you gotta turn the track. I'm gonna talk to you. It's up to you if you listen.
No, for sure. It sounds like you carry more of a message instead of just trying to just fill ears, with noise. You carry a message behind it, and that's always good. That's always a blessing because like you said, a lot of the music nowadays is just like noise. Just like, oh well, I got a good producer and I can sound good on the track, but it's just noise. And it's unfortunate to hear. But it's good to hear that somebody is very serious and making good noise. Like straight? Damn. So it looks like we had a unfortunate disconnection. So I'm gonna try to get him back, but if not, it's all good. I appreciate him for stopping on the Zoom interview. And it's all good. It's all love. That was a wonderful time. And yeah, just stay blessed and remember to protect yours. Tap into his music. I'll make sure all his links are down below. And just stay safe, y'all.